I might not have 25 kids in round two, but I can go back to my round two if I need to, because in this case, your elementary kids are going to start getting the harder words possibly at the end. You might have to go back to some words that are easier. Does that make sense? Okay.
What other questions do you have about running your own school spelling bee? And thank you, Karen, and everyone for the great questions.
Is the district B at 5 or 6?
6. So what's going to happen is the kiddos can register between 4:30 and 5, and then between 5 and 6 is the math counts and geography bee competitions going on in 3 different rooms. And then when that concludes around 5:50, then the spelling bee starts at 6 in the Joanna Ramsey Theater.
Okay, so if we're telling students, we say you need to report to Westminster High School no later than 5 o'clock, or what are we telling them?
I would say, yeah, no later than 5 o'clock. And then I am going to try to order pizza and salad and stuff for spelling bee kids, so then they could register and go get a slice of pizza so that they're not starving, and had an opportunity to eat something prior to the bee.
That's so nice. Thank you.
And then the opposite end, our math counts and GOB kids would compete first, and then they'll have an opportunity to eat after. And all the food will be set up in C-120.
Okay. And then the B, it begins traditionally with the elementary one, and then the middle school one is following, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Pizza in C-120, you said?
Yeah, pizza, salad, water, and then I'll probably get some cookies or something. I should have added something sweet. I didn't yet.
Sounds great. Thank you.
What other questions do you guys have? If not, we can kind of whip through this. Remind me again, Karen, only what grade can go to the state B? 3rd and
well, it used to be 4th and 5th, but I'm not reading anything at all in the rules that younger kids can't go anymore. So I think they just can't be past a certain age. Like they have to be in 8th grade, a normal 8th grader, whatever that age is. I don't remember now. But I haven't found anything, and I've been looking for it that has the younger age group, and I can't find it. So
okay, so we won't worry about that. We'll just make sure they're not older than 8th grade, sending them to the B. And what's interesting about the state B now, so all the kids that went in the district B, I believe on February 22nd, whoever wins that B has to do like an online exam at school. And then the top people from there actually go to the in-person competition. So there is an online test prior to even going to the in-person state B. So I think I sent you guys all those dates, but I'll try to get some stuff about the B on this document as well.
And as far as the time limit goes for spelling a word, at the district level, there isn't, but generally it's if they don't start it within 30 seconds, then they would be called out. So generally they should, and it could even just be asking a question. Can you repeat the word? Maybe they're not ready to start spelling, but they need to have some form of communication within 30 seconds. So, and the one thing that to remember too is that during your B, if you've read the rules, you'll see that when a student starts spelling a word, they can't change the order, nor can they change the spelling. So if the word was cat and they started to say C-A-T, they said the K, it's incorrect, even though they corrected it. Or if they started with the A and did A-C-T, no, C-A-T, because they changed the order, that's incorrect as well. And it's unfortunate. They know how to spell the word. Nerves play in, and it is tough, but that's just part of it. Repeated is okay. So they can do C-A-C-A-T. Yeah, that's perfectly fine, as long as they keep the same letters in the same order.
I had a question on the competition list. because I looked at it through the spelling bee competition list. Is that what I'm looking at for the website? And it says 2024 school competition list.
Yeah,
It's leveled from third, fourth, fifth. Like, where do I start on the actual day? Do I start on the third? Like, if it's a 3 through 5, do I start on the third grade and then go through it?
and I think you can do whatever you want to do, but I chose to start ours with the third grade words.
Okay.
Because it actually starts with first grade words.
Yeah.
And I took those out. I'm not going that low with the kiddos.
Yeah.
Um,
So if I were to run it, would I just run it like start with third grade and then kind of work my way down to fourth?
Yep.
Okay.
And
Perfect.
like I said, what I did is I have 25 kids. So I
Mhm.
counted down 25. Every kid, all 25 are going to get through the first round. So
Mhm.
then at 25 words, I put a line underneath it. I say end of first round. Then I counted 25 more words because some of those kids are not going to spell correctly in the first round. So you might have 3 or 4 words left over that you didn't use in the second round that you might be able to come back to if you need to, they just start getting too hard and they're spelling nothing right. So you might go through your B and you might be up to 6th grade words and you've gone through 2 rounds where nobody spelled anything correctly.
Yeah.
Well, you've kind of figured out those words are probably too hard for them. So you might have to go back and use some of your words from previous rounds that were leftovers. You
Okay.
obviously don't want to use the same words, but you
Mhm.
want to use some leftover words. So you want to make sure that each round has a few leftover words.
Okay, that makes so much more sense. Thank you.
Make sure each,
No, they're not still in if they misspell in the first round. They would be pulled out. But what I'm saying is every student in the first round will get a chance to spell a word. So if you have 25 students in it, all 25 will get a chance to spell a word. Probably 1 or 2 of those, maybe more, will misspell. So then you pull them out for the second round. So round 2 is where you're going to start having some extra words left over in your round.
keep the questions coming. I don't know why I hit print. You guys are doing great.
I normally make my first round like they just spell their first name so they can practice using the microphone and kind of get their little wiggles out. Is that still okay?
Yeah, and I do that too. I just don't count it as a round.
That makes sense.
We go through and have them spell their name, and then we'll say, okay, now we're ready. We'll
Yeah,
start.
you are
round one.
correct. So yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, thanks, Karen.
Okay, what other questions? Do you guys know where to find everything on the website, or do you want Karen to show you? Carly? All of a sudden I can't hear you. I'm sorry. You guys hear her? Oh, now you're on mute. It's like really far away, but I heard you say, is it working now? So maybe we can try to capture your question. Good old Zoom. I don't know how much we truly miss this, huh? Okay, thank you. Carly's typing. Do you guys know exactly what you need to prepare for the bee, like the recording sheet, all that? Are you guys comfortable with what materials you need ready and how many people you need to support your bee, or do you need Karen to talk to that?
We got the gym somewhat set up.
Say that one more time. Karen, are you speaking? Sorry.
No, I was just reading and somebody came into the office, so I had to say.
Oh, gotcha.
Um,
Hold
if
on
somebody
one second. I want to do Or before you get into prep materials, I want to answer Carly's question because it's relevant to what we were just talking about before we kind of pivot. It says if someone wins but can't attend the District B, do I send fourth place?
And yes, you can do that.
Yeah.
And I usually do my top three. I have a first, second, and third, and I let that third place know that they're the standby, they're the one who will go if one of the others can't. So, and I usually tell them that so that they kind of know that if someone can't go, they have a chance to go.
Okay. And then do you give them anything at the end of the B, like a piece of paper that says this is your like a certificate with something attached to it that says you'll attend the District B on this date, bring it home kind of thing?
I generally send, I don't do it the day of.
Okay.
We do have parents come and watch, so they know who won. I tell them, you guys will be representing Sherwood at the District B. We'll be sending home more information later on that. So I usually do that at a later time. But the one thing that you guys do have access to on the website is if you want to print certificates. I printed certificates for all of my kiddos, so they'll each get a certificate. We ordered a little medal for them, so they get a medal, if they win, and a gift card. Usually I do games, but I didn't do that early enough, and I went to Walmart today and they didn't have the games I wanted, so we just did gift cards for the winners.
Great idea. Thank you. And Karen, there is a request for you to go over the website. That's why I stopped my share so you could share yours and then
Okay.
talk a little bit about setting up and what they need for that.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, let's see. All right, can you guys see my screen?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Did you hit that green
I
arrow?
did, but let's try again. Oh, here we go.
There you
I
go.
didn't hit the other share.
Got you. Right now we see an invoice, FYI.
Oh, well then, let me move that to the other screen.
Okay.
Now
There
do
we
you
go.
see?
I see it.
Perfect.
Okay.
So let me get logged in. And so on this website, since we're now at the school spelling bee, I just the kids should have already gotten spelling words and stuff like that. So I used the study lists, I printed them out. And you will want to give them a more complete study list, your winners, so that they can start studying those. And that could be the competition list. There's some different things that, no, never mind, not that one. Sometimes I have to just hit everything before I know what I'm doing. So let me go back to my spelling bee. Where are you? Okay, the study lists. So I gave them a shorter study list, but then your winners, you're going to want to give them the study list with the definitions and everything. I just didn't want to print that much out for all of my kids in the B, so I'm just giving those now to the winners, so that they can start studying. You also have the words of the champions in full color. If you want to go that far. I generally don't do the full color one and send it out. So it kind of depends on what you want to do. Everybody knows the competition lists, what you're using there. And like I said, I just pulled out the first and second grade, and I'm starting with the third grade. So that's where you find that. And then prizes and special offers. This is where you can find, like, this is your B certificate. Your school name would appear here. You would put your student's name here. And for me, I put the principal's name here instead of the teacher's name. Made it easier. I didn't have to type somebody's name in, so I just put the principal's name on that for me. Printed them in color on cardstock, and they look pretty nice, they're nice. And then there's the Encyclopedia Britannica. You will be able to use that. You have to enter your student's name, your winner's name, and generate a certificate. So your winner would get it's just a subscription for the Encyclopedia Britannica. So there, there's different things, whichever, if you want to use some of these other certificates and give out other awards, you can. I generally don't do that, but that's up to you as to what you want to do. And then your school champion registration, I think you have to do that. And then so you'll want to fill that out, as well as the district link to do that.
If you don't complete this form, they won't get that online test to take on February 22nd. They have the whole day to do it. If you feel like the school environment's the best place to take that test, and if we can arrange a schedule to accommodate the learners, that would be great. If you feel like home is okay, then they can take it when they get home. But once that day closes, they'll lose their opportunity to go to the state B, and this will need to be complete.
So this is if our students win the district B, we fill this out.
Yes, yes.
If they
that's
win,
correct.
then yes,
Yes.
but if not, then don't worry about it.
Yes, you're right about that.
Okay.
And Karen, I was gonna say, you can't batch a whole bunch of students' name into those certificates. You're saying you're doing
I had to do one each individually.
everyone that's participating in the spelling bee?
Yep, I had to do them individually. So unfortunately, but it wasn't terrible. So, but you could have your own, if you have your own certificate, it doesn't have to be that one. I just use that one because it's convenient.
Yes.
But if you have your own, that's fine too. And really this site is for you to use as you see fit. There's a reading list. You can, talk to your kids about this. Here's another great words, so whatever study, you don't want to overwhelm your students, with too much either, but you just kind of want to use it with whatever fits what you're doing with your kiddos, So does anybody have a question about the website that we haven't covered?
So are you saying that if you print the botanical certificate, kiddos get us free subscription? The
Your
kid
winner does.
so would that be first and second place for elementary and first, second, third, or only first?
It'll just be your first place person.
Okay.
So if you're hosting two Bs, like I might not choose to use that because then one kid gets it and the other kid
And
doesn't.
that's true. That's true. You might not be able to with 2 Bs.
Yeah. Oh well.
Didn't think about that. If we registered before September 29th, you can get it for 2 students.
Oh.
So, but I don't think we did.
No, not, and that's good to know for next year, because I think this will continue. And at the beginning of this year, we weren't sure if we're going to move forward with the B. So maybe I'll put them on. I always try to do it early. But that didn't work out this year, but maybe next year it will. Okay, how about how to prepare? Is there anything on here like recording sheets, what to prepare for the judges, all those kind of things?
They do have recording sheets. I've made my own, so I think I put it in the on the Google
Correct.
site that we have. I think I put it in there, but they do have, they have one on here. Like if you go to the How to Host a Successful Spelling Bee program, it, you know, this is actually really good information. It's kind of a lot to listen to, but I did watch it and it is good information. I'm trying to, and this is also good information. You know, there's a lot of good information. You know, they have a checklist here. And that's actually, that's a really good checklist. So just make sure that you have something like that. You know, make sure that your judges kind of know what they're doing. One person at least should be recording exactly what the student says, you know, while the other one maybe is, you know, reading along with the spelling of the word. But so one person, if they say CCAT, the person recording should be writing CCAT, the exact thing that they're saying. So that on that recorder sheet, that's and I'm trying to find the recorder sheet. I saw, oh, spelling bee record keeping sheet, I think right here. Nope. Yeah. Nope, that's not it either.
You want me to look forward in my folder?
Let me show you mine.
And then the other question in the Zoom was how many adults you usually have judging, conducting the in-school B, and do we need to submit recording sheets to anyone?
So this is what I use. And to get my numbers, I just went online and used a spinning wheel. I typed all my kids' names in. Let me go to the one that actually has their names. So this is my recorder street sheet. I have like 4 pages like this, and I have round, like this would be round 1, round 2, round 3, but I let the judges do the put the rounds in, because not every kid is going to be in every round. So that's why I have them put the round in. But this is where somebody would write exactly what they're saying. And what was your question, Jen?
People in the chat, it was just asking how many adults do you usually have judging or conducting the in-school B? And do we need to submit recording sheets to anyone? So like how many judges, how many recorders, the pronouncer, just going over those roles of the actual in-school B.
Okay, for my B, I'm usually the people mover, and I work with the kiddos in moving them around and just giving them reminders. Try to remember to say the word first and then spell it, you know, and then say it when you're done. And the main reason for that, it's not required, but the main reason for that is so that you know they heard the word correctly. One year we had a kiddo, the word was tundra, and the kiddo kept saying tundra. So the pronouncer would say tundra, and she would say tundra. And I mean, we went back and forth until finally we just didn't have a choice. And when she spelled it like tundra, you know, but you can only do so much. But if they say it first, then you have an idea as to whether they've heard it correctly, and you can try to correct it, but you can't give more information. You know, you can't say, you know, you know, you can't drag it out. You have to say it, and hopefully that they hear it right. So I have a pronouncer, and I like to have at least 2 judges. You can have only 1, but it is nice to have 2. That way you've got to double check. Many times I have 3, This year I will only have 2. So,
My question for you, am I off mute? Sorry, I'm trying to, I can't, I got a lot of screens going. Is one of your judges the recorder, or is the recorder a separate position?
no, one of my judges is a recorder.
Okay, any other questions about, kind of the roles and responsibilities during the BE? Has anyone done anything different that's been successful that they want to share? I know we have experienced B coaches here, which is not me.
No, I think what Karen's saying is kind of what I've done too, but it's a wonderful reminder since it's been a year or 2 since Flynn has had one of these. So it's a great refresher. So thank you so much.
Perfect. What other questions do you guys have? Do you guys remember the due date to put your winners in? February 2nd. That gives me like a week to do the randomizing, giving kids numbers, getting certificates ready and things like that. If you need a little leeway, of course, I'm flexible, just let me know. This document that Kara sent does have everything for preparing the B. That preparing the B portion is what her ideas were, and then she also has that checklist from online as well. So that was awesome of her, and then I just put anything we talked about rules here on the bottom. But how else can we help? I want to make sure you feel successful and ready.
And there is a question. We usually do our B during the school day. So ours is, we're doing it tomorrow at 9:15. I know that people have done theirs after school, and it just depends on what you choose as a school. There's nothing that says you need to do it one way or another.
Great question. I don't want to keep you if you guys don't have any other questions, but I hope this time was helpful. But if you do, Karen's a wonderful resource. You could email her, Karen Myers, and CC me at any time so I can continue to learn.
Yeah, and if you guys need any documents or anything, let me know and I can send you over what I have if you don't have it. So feel free.
And then I was trying to find where the resources were you shared in that spelling bee folder. Let me just pop on here and make sure I have that, and I will share my screen.
Okay, let me unshare.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, I'll move you guys over, and I have Karen. I can't remember if we threw it in a full spelling bee resources.
Maybe that could be it. Go ahead and open that up and see.
Yes, this is it, because this is your list here. So here's the recorder sheet.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna put here under this spelling bee resources, I'll rename it and put Karen, or at least her initials, so we know that came from her. Hopefully that's helpful, and she has a lot of resources within this folder for you guys. Is there anything else you want to point out that will be important in this folder, Karen?
not really. I mean, just look at it and see if you want to use, if there's anything you want to use. Like the pronouncer guide, that's from years past. I just put it in as an example. So they don't even call it a pronouncer guide anymore. I found out. So those could actually go away because we didn't have access to spellingbee.com yet when I put those in. The rules are about the same. So just really familiarize yourself with the rules. That's kind of the, so that you're doing your school B like the district will do it, like at the end of the B. They need to, if they're the final one in their round, they do need to spell a word in a round by themselves. So they actually spell 2 words in order to be the winner. So just kind of familiarize yourself with that so that you stay on the same level as the district and the state B.
So what is that section would you call just how to select a winner, or?
Yeah, ending the B basically would be like how to end the B. That's a And you have to explain that to parents because parents don't get it. I mean, you could have a kid that has spelled 10 words correct, but they're still not the winner because they never spelled 2 in a row correct. They never got that championship word. And it's frustrating for parents when their kid has ended their round 5 times but couldn't spell that next round word and got put back in with all the other ones. And it can be frustrating, but those are the rules. So
I did put before the B starts, share the rules with the families and staff watching.
yeah, and I usually go over the general rules in the beginning, and I don't go over the end of the rules until we actually get to that point.
Okay, good.
Just because they forget, they don't think about it. And when you get to that point, they're like, wait, that kid just spelled the word right. What's going on? So I usually wait until my final round when I explain that to parents. So
Good advice. Any other tips or tricks that's worked for you guys in the past? Or any other questions before we close today? Okay, if you hang up on the Zoom and you're like, man, why didn't I ask that question? Just CC the group or email all of us and we'll respond and add anything useful to this list.
I hope it's been helpful.
It has. This has been great. Thank you all.
Okay, well, we'll stick around if you have any other questions. Thank you so much for your time in joining us. And I don't know if we'll have another one. We may have one more meeting before the District B just to prepare you for what that's going to be like after you guys get all your winners in. Hopefully Karen will lead that again. And we will see you guys all soon. Thank you so much
Bye,
for
bye,
all
you
your hard
guys.
work. Karen, thank you.
Yeah. Guess we're good.
Let me stop this